Our order has remained steadfast in its sacred mission to preserve the balance between man and half-breed.
Welcome to MojoPlays News Roundup, where we bring you the biggest gaming news of the week.
I saved her.
Before we begin, we publish new content all week long, so be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos.
Game Informer informs its last. One of the last remaining stalwarts of the printed word on video games, Game Informer sadly announced their closure last week. A staple of the industry for over 30 years, Game Informer was renowned for its first-look coverage of many of the industry's biggest games. Game Informer was the magazine for many fans, and its legacy remains one of the strongest in the medium. In yet another blow to the magazine and its staff, many journalists and staff were caught completely off guard by the news, and the official Game Informer website had already been shut down, taking with it literal decades worth of articles and coverage. As parent company GameStop continues to struggle in a business that is increasingly going digital, work had apparently continued on their latest issue, with reportedly 70% of the next issue already being complete before the surprise closure. Not only did this leave many fellow journalists infuriated, but longtime fans of the publication as well, with the added insult to injury coming in the form of a generic farewell unbefitting of the magazine's legacy. So far, GameStop has given no official reason for the closure, but one of the staff members managed to send out one final tweet celebrating the magazine. It stated their legacy deserved a genuine goodbye, with the closing words of now former editor-in-chief Matt Miller, "Be well, play well. The end of an era for sure." Game Informer will be truly missed, and we wish for all their former staff to continue their work in the industry. The sun sets on Ready at Dawn.
Copy that. Ready when you are.
This really needs to stop happening so often. Meta announced the closure of game developer Ready at Dawn effective immediately. The developer is most recognizably known for their PSP titles God of War, Ghost of Sparta, and Chains of Olympus, as well as Daxter, and their big-budget Sony PS4 title, The Order 1886. Recently, the studio was primarily focused on creating some of the best VR titles, including Lone Echo and its sequel, as well as Echo VR for MetaQuest. Acquired by Meta in 2020, Already at Dawn's recent VR outings have remained some of the most critically acclaimed of the peripheral, and despite a strong player base for the studio's most recent title, Echo VR, Meta announced it was stopping support for the title in February of last year and would be making cuts to the studio. The cuts, which resulted in a third of the studio's staff being let go, were claimed to be part of a restructuring, which has become a very familiar industry term as of late.
Is that your way of saying you're going to miss me?
I have no...
THQ Showcase.
I haven't seen you this scarred since last September.
The summer showcases aren't over yet, as THQ held their own stream detailing their upcoming slate of releases while also teasing the return of some fan favorites. Alongside smaller projects such as The Eternal Life of Goldman and Space for Sale, THQ also showed off new footage of the upcoming remake of Epic Mickey Rebrushed and their much-anticipated Gothic remake, both of which will launch later this year. Car Combat Simulator Wreckfest also revealed their upcoming sequel with a new trailer that, while light on gameplay footage, still showed off the series' iconic damage physics and hyper-realistic graphics. Titan Quest 2 also had an impressive showing, demonstrating the game's many mechanics as well as the various builds characters can use to explore the world and its many dangers. Tarsier Studios, best known for their Little Nightmare series, also showed off a cryptic teaser for their next game, promising a worldwide reveal at Gamescom on August 20th. And finally, from Gunfire Games, fans of the Four Horsemen of the Apocalypse were teased with a return for the Darksiders series, showcasing the Charred Council with the message, "Be prepared to ride again." Seeing as all Four Horsemen have their own games, with the most recent Darksiders Genesis in 2019, the developer could be hinting at the long-anticipated team-up game that's been building since the series began back in 2010.
They're coming.
Accidental leaks and rumors.
Cast him in.
Another title many expected to be shown off at the THQ Showcase was the seemingly accidentally leaked remaster of Soul Reaver 1 and 2. Displayed alongside a statue of Cain and series protagonist Raziel, the placard was quickly removed after the initial post went viral, with many speculating the reveal to be imminent. With the titles being a no-show at the THQ Showcase, the next likely reveal is on Opening Night Live with Jeff Keighley at Gamescom on August 20th. Alongside an upcoming canonical prequel comic, as well as Crystal Dynamics seemingly gauging fans' interest in a return of the series, longtime Soul Reaver fans could potentially see a surprise Tomb Raider anniversary-style remaster just in time for the series' 25th anniversary of Legacy of Kain Soul Reaver right around the corner.
Fate promises more twists before this drama unfolds completely.
It's Patrick Star! Seems like SpongeBob's best friend in the whole deep blue sea might finally be getting his own solo open-world adventure if a recent leak is to be believed. First noticed on X from gaming retailer Igabiba, based on the site's description, the Patrick Star game will be an open-world playground for fans of the Starfish featuring numerous activities as well as cameos from Bikini Bottom residents such as Squidward, Mr. Krabs, and of course, SpongeBob himself. The game describes its objectives as making the world more Patrick through physics-based chaos. The post has since been deleted with the game's full reveal expected during Gamescom later this month.
This is my show!
Brand new IPs.
What is it you want from me? Is it a god of war you came to find?
Sony Santa Monica, the studio best known for the incredibly successful God of War series, might finally be getting ready to show off their next game. And for the first time in 20 years, it's a new IP. While there is no indication of what this new IP or potential franchise could be, the studio has attempted to work on new IPs over their many years in the business, but this looks to be the first one that makes it past the conceptual stage. Many have speculated this project may be what God of War 2 and God of War 2018 game director Cory Barlog has been working on since passing the director's chair on to fellow God of War veteran Eric Williams for Ragnarok in 2022. The project is likely still in early production as the team is still actively recruiting. As much as we love Kratos and the God of War series, we're always thrilled to see something new from talented developers.
Do what is necessary. Not because it is written.
Fans of the Dishonored series might finally have something to look forward to, as former Arcane Studios developer and current head of Wolfeye Studios Rafael Colantonio's recent tease is any indication of what they're crafting next. Following the recent release of the studio's isometric RPG Weird West, the developer seems to be going back to their roots and stated on X that fans of the previous first-person games I was involved with, Dishonored and Prey, will be happy. With no indication if this new IP will lean closer to Dishonored or their previous titles' RPG stylings, the simple mention of a title in the same vein has been enough to get fans of both series excited. When pressed for a potential reveal at Gamescom, Raphael stated they will only be showing the game to potential publishers, but that he can't wait for fans to see what they're working on.
We're all lost.
Video game, movie, and TV updates.
And what? What did you do?
Along with the upcoming remake of the popular player choice-driven horror title, filming has begun on the film adaptation of PlayStation's breakout title Until Dawn. Supermassive found great success with their throwback to 80s slasher flicks and were able to take that momentum and launch their own horror anthology series, The Dark Pictures. Following a group of teens hunted in the woods by a masked killer, the player's choices would determine which of the teens survived their encounter with not only the killer, but other supernatural forces. Shazam director David F. Sandberg shared the image of the film's clapper via X, announcing filming had started. Of the many celebrity actors from the game, only Peter Stormare is returning for the film adaptation, although it is unknown if he will still be playing his Dr. Hill character from the game. The film currently doesn't have a planned release date, but we should expect to hear more soon as production wraps up in the coming months.
It means so much to me that we're all still here together.
Until Dawn isn't the only Sony video game adaptation that recently got an update. After the widely acclaimed first season of the equally acclaimed game, fans got their first look at Season 2 of The Last of Us during a promo reel for upcoming HBO originals. While the shots we see will be familiar to anyone who's played The Last of Us Part 2, we do get our first look at Isabella Merced's Dina, as well as the briefest of looks at Caitlin Dever's Abby, both of whom play vital roles in the upcoming season. There currently is no announced release date beyond the vague 2025, but series creator Neil Druckmann and Craig Mazin have hinted that the adaptation of the second game may take place over multiple seasons.
I wish things were different.
Ellie!
But they ain't.
And finally, Five Nights at Freddy's fans could be returning to the pizzeria sooner than they think. The first movie became a surprising runaway success, and a sequel was quickly greenlit into production. According to actor Matthew Lillard, who portrayed William Afton and eventually Springlock, filming is set to begin this October to hit the film's already announced December 5th, 2025 release date. Plot details remain under wraps beyond the sequel's tagline, "Anyone can survive 5 nights, this time there will be no second chances." And although the first film did take some liberties with the video game series' established canon, it managed to become an overnight success for both die-hard FNAF fans as well as newcomers just entering the pizza-themed nightmare.
He's coming.
Dead by Daylight's next whip-cracking survivor. The widely popular and ongoing asymmetric horror multiplayer series continues to add to its roster with the recently revealed collaboration with Konami's Castlevania series. Series staples Trevor Belmont and the Dark Lord Dracula himself, who also somehow happens to be the series' first vampire, will be available as a survivor and killer respectively on August 27th. Both new additions come with their own special powers, such as Trevor's ability to seek out both killers and other survivors, while Dracula can transform into a wolf or a bat to hunt his unsuspecting prey through his iconic castle. This isn't the only new upcoming killer teased by developer Behavior Interactive, as they finally revealed that the long-demanded fan-favorite series Five Nights at Freddy's will be making its grand debut in the summer of 2025. Revealed during the FNAF 10th anniversary celebration, fans have already begun to speculate on which animatronic will be hunting them down next year, with many hoping for Springtrap or the titular Freddy himself.
And where you will sign a legal disclaimer releasing us of all liability for anything that might have happened during your visit. Have an awesome night, and we'll see you again soon.
Thanks for watching. Check out more great videos here.